Okay. There we go. Alright. Now YouTube's actually streaming me. There we go. This is what we want. Not it saying that it'll start even though I've already been streaming in the background, but it's just not showing it. Perfection. Hello there. How are we doing today? Now I've got to wait for the bees to get here. The bees that were already here a second ago, waiting for nothing to happen, apparently. Alright. Where are the bees? Where they be at? I see no bees. Oh, there we go. there we go. Now we got somebody here. Is that the grumpy vegan granddad here to watch my crappy stream? Yeah. Here I am. I exist. With our great guests, good old Dilbert and Jerry Seinfeld, as always. Not very entertaining, just sat here in your wagon. I guess I'm just gonna start saying words now, so that I can seem like I'm doing something. Alright. Yep, there we go. Everything's working. So, how's it going, everybody? Are you ready for cringe? Because today I'm gonna watch some Frank Tufano videos and die a little bit more inside. You know, everyone's favorite. We're going to once again be reminded why Frank Tufano, reminded about the fact that Frank Tufano has a weird hatred for women who exist. You don't even have bones? Exactly. That's what happens when you don't eat any B12. Your bones just turn to dust and fall out. Alright. Already? How dare you? 1 second. Okay. I don't know what slug even means in this. Must be some weird British thing or something. So, like I said not too long ago, we're going to suffer through some good old Frank Tufano, you know, everyone's favorite today. So, you can all suffer with me. Alright, let's, oh, look at that. Isn't that great? You love to see it. Look at him in all his glory, is what he said before the camera covered up his face so he couldn't be seen. And now we're going over here. So we're gonna see Frank Tufano apparently decide who is and isn't vegan. Let's see if he's right. Streamlabs. I'm using OBS. I do not have the Streamlabs. And OBS is a pain in my ass. It took me a long time to figure out to get this far. But anyway, let's see what Dipshit has to say. I'm not even try to address that. Let's just speed this bitch up because I'm tired of. Okay, so some lady who lost weight. Good for her, I guess. Okay. Yes, of course. So apparently we've discovered today that if something takes a long time, that means it's too hard. And that apparently we're just being pedantic over what no sugar means. 45, 50, 60 years old? Are you fucking kidding me? This is a 60-year-old? This? Oh, hold on. Let me just get. That's a 60-year-old, huh? I don't know. I feel like I just disagree. I feel like there might be a bit of a difference between these and that lady. Whatever. Only benefit of the stream looking at. Wow. Oh, I see what happened. Because why didn't? Oh, okay. Nope. Sorry, my bad. It's OBS being useless again, because I muted certain things for one part of the OBS, and another part decided it would mute but not unmute. Amazing. So let's start again. I'm already hating today. Fantastic. Let's go.
Well, here we are, imprisoned for another vegan day of eating. Easy and nourishing comfort foods. I mean, to be fair, factually speaking, a vegan diet has never been easy or nourishing, but I'll give her the...
Okay, there we go. Now that it's not fucking muted, so we've got Dipshit over here, the man who, the same man who fucking couldn't properly nourish himself eating his stupid carnivore bullshit, and then just kind of hand-waved away the fact that he sat there and had all kinds of health issues, is going to talk about how someone else following a plant-based diet is apparently going to
the benefit of the doubt, maybe as some fluke of nature after being on a vegan diet for God knows how many years, her brain cells have somehow relocated themselves back into her brain. And I will say, 40,000 views on a video with only 117 comments is highly suspicious. I mean, this is... an amount of comments you would get if you had a few thousand views on your video. But I mean, to be fair, if you give yourself liver damage from a vegan diet, at some point you're going to start losing weight.
Yeah, of course. Of course, you know those vegetables known for giving liver damage to people. Of course. Fucking hate this one.
Alright, so for breakfast, I am making some oatmeal. My house is a mess right now. I'm like in a huge rush because my parents are coming over, but I have some water in here.
Well,
I'm just
so
gonna make
what
a
was
cup of
missed
oatmeal.
when everything was muted?
Show you guys.
Because I'm
So when I'm
technologically
making
inept,
oatmeal,
is that
I've been-
she makes oatmeal, and Frank goes, your oatmeal takes a long time to make. Your title is a lie because you said easy. Because if something takes a while, that must mean it's hard. Because boiling oats and fruit, putting it together, very hard, very difficult.
Obsessed with this like berry compote. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I basically have been making, like, I take a bag of frozen berries, I add some water into a hot pan, and then I add some stevia and a little bit of vanilla, and I like cook it down, and it makes this amazing like sugar-free.
Yeah, can we just remember how that time that Frank Tufano had low testosterone levels, and then magically, very coincidentally, after being spotted asking for steroids on Reddit, magically had testosterone levels over the natural limit? That's just a funny coincidence, by the way.
Kind of syrupy deliciousness. So I made a strawberry one and a raspberry one, and I'll kind of insert some clips of how I made it.
I mean, this is supposed to be easy. She's already telling us it's going to take you about an hour and a half to make your oatmeal in the morning.
But
Again, something taking a while doesn't make it difficult. Like, it takes a while to make pancakes in the morning, especially if you haven't made pancakes very often and it's something you're out of practice with. It takes a minute, takes some time. Does that magically make it difficult? Also, Andrea, how dare you bring your stanky self into my chat? How dare you?
it's technically like a sugar-free jam, and I just put it on
A sugar-free jam. She means she didn't add sugar to the jam. It's still sugar, glucose, and fructose.
top of my oatmeal with a banana, and it's
Pedantic.
like the best thing ever. Put a little
How
bit
old
of
is
soy
she?
milk. So good. I'm gonna put the recipe probably.
Alright, so
I
this
mean, let's be honest. If she had gray hair, like, you could probably pin her for like 45, 50, 60 years old, right?
Now, this is where we were before I realized that this shit was muted. Was that, according to him, this woman looks like she is 45 to 60 years old. Now, let's give her a fair shot because this is not a good angle. Let's just look her up real quick. Hi, Carpan. Let's get a random video. Just find an image of her face somewhere. Alright, there she is. So
Potato.
here she is. The 45 to 60-year-old person. And here we have other 60-year-old people, of course, who look exactly like her. Clearly, not a difference at all. Not even one. Especially this one. Looks just like her. See this? Exactly the same. Couldn't possibly be just throwing insults at people because, I don't know, insecurity over the fact that he looks like a fucking Ken doll that's been melted under the sun? I don't know.
She doesn't have this like youthful, vibrant face. Let's find out. Let's Google. How old is Haikar Panna? All right, so she's like my age. She's 30 years old. But the thing I wanted to point out was, as you age, your soft tissue and your skeletal tissue is indicative of your diet. So if you have enough protein, especially vitamin K2, magnesium,
Bro,
your soft tissue will look a
ready.
lot healthier, a lot fuller. In her case, it's about as bad as it gets because she's been
Speaking of journeys, watching this makes me want to take a journey off the fucking bridge.
vegan for a while now.
I don't know if I'll put the recipe on my website because it's so easy to make. Anyways, hello, welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day video. My parents are visiting, so I haven't.
You said that already. Listen, guys. I personally, I don't get a lot of sleep. I think I repeat myself sometimes, but that's pretty bad. That's pretty.
What do you mean? That's pretty bad. When very often someone will mention something in passing, and then when they're talking about it directly, they will say it again.
Fucking bad. Like, how could you not go back when you're editing this video, watching it, and say, okay, hold on, I said that twice in the span of 30 seconds.
Had like a ton of time, but I'm going to show you guys like what I'm making for lunch and dinner today, and yeah, we're going to.
Also, can we get a nice counter on how many times Frank just decides to insult this woman instead of actually saying anything of substance? So far, we've got she looks like she's anywhere from 45 to 60 years old. So that's one.
Tombstone today and doing like a tour of the town because it's a really interesting old mining town. Taking my parents and I'm just trying to eat some breakfast before we go. It's like 10:45 and I'm really hungry and that's it. But I'll show you guys what this looks like and then I'll see you for lunch. My oats are done. And I'm just going to put a chopped banana on top.
Based.
I mean, in my mind, easy is like taking a packet of instant apple cinnamon oatmeal, putting it with some boiling water in a bowl and eating breakfast within 5 minutes, you know?
There's nothing in the
That's not easy. That's lazy. That's fucking like there's no effort there. Chopping up some bananas into some oatmeal isn't fucking difficult. And even if putting instant oatmeal in the fridge is fucking easy, it doesn't magically mean, oh, it's too hard to chop a fucking banana.
And the oats is just plain oats and water. Usually I add like stevia or something, but I'm just really in a rush today. So then I have my raspberry. I'm gonna do both. I just like to put this on top. It makes it look all fancy and it's like jam, but
That does look pretty fucking good.
it's like a sugar-free, healthy, homemade jam.
I'd like some of that.
Just add a little soy milk.
No, we have to ruin it.
That is it. How good does this look?
All right, so if it was just the oats and the bananas and everything was organic, honestly, it's not too horrible of a meal.
Oh no, guys. She put soy milk on it. Now she's going to have instant death syndrome and collapse to the floor and turn to fucking mush. Oh no. Even though organic is literally just a bullshit marketing term, magically the fact that she used soy milk, it's suddenly a bad meal. Cause Frank, the arbiter of all nutrition, the man who says he's never read a study in his life, the man who says that reading studies is nerd shit, but he somehow magically knows, even though he's never actually looked at any of the evidence. He knows.
When you put those other really bright red fruits on it that are high in certain flavonoid compounds, it's not too easy on your liver. It's not something I would be eating every day, that's for sure. And
Let's hear that.
high in certain flavonoid compounds. Honestly, it's not too horrible of a meal. When you put those other really bright red fruits on it that are high in certain flavonoid compounds, it's not too easy on your liver. It's not something I would be eating every day.
Let's see, guys. Let's see. Is fruit bad for your liver? Consuming large amounts of fructose-rich fruits like raisins, dry fruits can result in inflammation and fatty liver. This is because the sugar present in fruits known as fructose can cause abdominal amounts of fat in the blood when consumed in large amounts. Okay, but what is large amounts? Also, what is the source on that? Interesting. Hold on. Let's see. These are foods about consuming every. Let's see. Consuming large amounts of fructose-rich foods like raisins, dry fruits. That's interesting. Specifically dried fruits. Yeah. Alright, so bananas are not bad for the liver, but try to limit them to 1 to 2 a day. I'm curious, do they have a source on that, or is this just some random person's opinion piece? Headquarters, oh, okay. Let's actually try something better than that. Ah, there we go. Harvard. Okay, abundance of fructose not good for the liver. Alright, let's see. Human body handles glucose in fruits. Most abundant sugars in our diet in different ways. Virtually every cell can break down glucose for energy. About the only ones that can handle fructose are liver cells. The liver does fructose, especially when there is too much in the diet. Fructose is also called fruit sugar, minor part of the diets. 15 grams of fructose a day. Took an average 4 to 5 times. Almost all of it from the refined sugars today. Average 4 or 5 times all from refined sugars to make the breakfast cereal good. Wait a minute. Refined sugar. Fructose, liver kicks off a series of complex chemical transformations. Remarkable change. Liver fructose, carbohydrates create fat. Process called lipogenesis. Liver enough fructose and tiny fat droplets to accumulate liver cells. But how much is that? Long way to connect the dots. Interesting, but how much? Oh, there we go. Some actual research. Let's see what this has to say. No association between fruits or vegetables and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease in middle-aged men and women. Okay. It has been hypothesized that fruits and vegetables intake is inversely associated with alcoholic fatty liver. However, some studies have speculated that fruit intake might positively associate with NAFLD, owing the fructose content of fruit might cause consumers hesitate on consuming fruits. The aim of the study was to assess association between fruit and vegetable consumption. Let's see result. Prevalence was 34.9% of men, 11.7% of women, just for age. Fruit intake was inversely associated with NAFLD in both sexes. However, these associations disappeared after further adjustment for body mass index. Consumption of total vegetables was not associated with NAFLD in women. Linear inverse associations demonstrated between green and yellow vegetables. Conclusion: No obesity independent association was found between fruit and vegetable intake, according to the findings of the study. Japanese did not restrict fruit consumption for fructose. Okay, so this is a Japanese study. Interesting. Is this a meta-analysis, or is this just taking its own data? Methods: cross-sectional study, 977 men and 1,467 women, 40 to 69 Lamau years old. Did not report excess alcohol intake. Dietary intake was assessed using validated dietary history questionnaire, diagnosed from abdominal ultrasonography results, and interesting. Can we count the times Francis said something non-idiotic instead? I mean, that would be a lot less to count, yes. But then it wouldn't be fun. So it would seem that the idea that fructose causes fatty liver doesn't seem. I'm not sure I'm seeing good evidence for it. Like the Harvard thing, I don't think it sourced anything, did it? And it's 11 years old. Yeah, I'm not seeing any citations. Oh wait, this diagram. So it's a little Journal of Clinical Investigation. Interesting. I'll look into that later. Point is, Frank's an idiot.
That's for sure. And a little bit of soy milk. I mean, how would you get your daily estrogen and chemicals? The main issue is if someone's young, if they're a teenager.
Your daily estrogen and chemicals. Chemicals such as literally everything that exists in this universe. And estrogen, like one would get from consuming the flesh of a female bovine mammal, for instance, or consuming the milk of a bovine mammal, perhaps.
In a developmental stage of life, they need to be getting a lot of animal protein in their diet. When I say this meal is okay, I mean if you're a full-grown adult.
Citation needed.
That's the only circumstance where this might be okay to have for breakfast.
How good does this look? Stir it all up. My newest obsession. Also, if you put PB2 powder on top of this, it basically tastes like peanut butter and jelly. So good. For lunch, I'm gonna make some fries because I'm feeling super lazy. So I have these potatoes that I just.
About her making fries.
These people, their brains are rotting. It's an easy day of eating. If you have raw potatoes, there is no circumstance where cooking any sort of potato product from a raw potato is easy.
Pre-steamed.
Yes, it is. You take the potato, you cut it up, and you either fry it right there, or you boil it and then fry it right there, or soak it and then fry it right there. It's not that complicated.
And I just keep them in a bowl in my fridge. I just put them in my Instant Pot for 6 minutes and I let it naturally release. And this just helps them to cook a little bit so that they don't dry out in the air fryer, and it helps them just keep their.
Okay, so you had to wash, use the Instant Pot. I mean, it took you at least 15, 20 minutes to prep the potato.
Again, it taking some time doesn't make it hard.
Moisture, and I feel like they taste just way better. So I'm just gonna chop these into fry shapes. And my go-to seasoning lately has just been a little bit of chili powder.
Pours in 3 tablespoons.
I do a little bit of smoked paprika. Maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. I use some of this Arizona habanero hot pepper blend, and then just some garlic salt. You just want to shake these up. And then I'm just gonna put these in my air fryer basket, and I will cook these in the air fryer on 400 for about.
Now this is interesting to me because anytime you season a food, those spices, those seasonings, they need to be processed by your liver. So she thinks she's being healthy by not adding oil, by not adding fat to these potatoes, when in reality, it would be much healthier to add 100 to 200 calories, even 300 calories worth of oil to these potatoes instead of all of those seasonings, those peppers.
What? Can I get a citation on seasonings making your liver turn into mush?
And way less stress on the liver.
about 15 minutes, and then I'll check them. Usually they get pretty crispy after 15 minutes, but sometimes these big russet potatoes take a little bit longer to cook, so I'll just do 15 minutes and check them because I don't want them to burn. All right, these look perfect.
They look the same as when you put them in, but okay.
I'm just gonna have these with a little bit of this ketchup.
Ketchup? Fucking cringe. If you put ketchup on fries, you're cringe. Period.
So yum. Okay, guys, so for dinner I'm gonna make...
You gotta be fucking kidding. This is fucking hilarious, guys. This is so fun. She had
Very funny. She had fries.
a bowl of oatmeal with fruit for breakfast, which probably didn't even taste that good because she didn't add sugar or anything to it, so it wasn't even that sweet. She had French fries.
So, Frank is useless. He once again is a classic for Frank, watching using proposed isolated mechanisms without any studies looking at health outcomes. I mean, pretty much, because that's what it seems like. Because even looking at that Harvard thing, the only thing it had a link to was a supposed mechanism, but it didn't actually have any reference to any kind of data about actually having people consume fruit and seeing how it affects their livers. What do I put on fries? Well, as someone who's based and fucking red-pilled, I use seasonings and nutritional yeast on my fries because I'm not cringe. If you don't put nooch on your fries, you're cringe.
With ketchup. She had French fries for what? Am I losing it, or is this completely crazy? How can you film a YouTube video?
Is this completely crazy? She had French fries for lunch. Oh no. Put her in jail. Put her in the fucking psych ward. She's insane. Because you know, people who fucking eat French fries are they're just fucking psychopaths. I mean, who does that? I mean, people who put ketchup on fries are actually fucking psychopaths. But people who eat fries for lunch are apparent. You put mayo. Andrea, you're banned. You're actually banned. I could forgive ketchup, even though it's cringe. I can even forgive mustard. But mayo on fries, you're banned. Just leave. It's disgusting.
Video making homemade French fries without any fat or anything for lunch. There is no way she.
I mean, without any fat. I mean, there is some amount of fat in fries, but I mean, she's literally high carb Hannah, so she's going on a nice high carb diet. Pretty sure that's her whole thing, right? Hummus is fine. You can put hummus on your fries. You can have hummus on your fries. You've never had nooch on fries? Wait, or have you never had nooch on fries, or have you never had nooch? Because one of those is blasphemy, and the other one requires execution. So you choose your next words wisely.
She is not completely starving. There has been zero fat whatsoever in this meal today.
Okay, so that's simply blasphemy. So what you're going to want to do is take your fries, get some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder, onion powder if you want to have it kind of have a little bit of that good oniony taste, but you don't have to, and then some nooch. It's delicious.
Pure carbohydrate energy, and I'm sure she's eating stuff off camera during this day of eating. Hey, the ketchup's organic.
Okay, guys, so for dinner I'm gonna make my chickpea noodle soup. I've been obsessed with this soup lately. It is so nourishing and comforting, and I was feeling like a little bit under the weather.
I'm assuming by nourishing she means her distorted reality of what a healthy diet is, making her feel good.
Remember, guys, Frank Tufano will tell you what reality is really about.
About what she's eating. On the other hand, if you look like a 60-year-old hag when you're 30, maybe your diet isn't too
Look like a 60-year-old hag? She just looks like a fucking lady. Like she looks like a normal 30-year-old lady. I don't see where she looks like a 60-year-old hag. Maybe she could get some better lighting that makes her look a little less orange, but she doesn't look like a fucking hag.
Was feeling like a little bit under the weather.
I'm assuming by nourishing she means her distorted reality of what a healthy diet.
A while ago, and I had the soup, and I've been obsessed with it ever since. So to get
just the little details, if you guys notice.
All right, so cool. It looks like we got some onions, either cucumbers or maybe zucchini. Got some carrot, and I think that's garlic.
She put water in this pan, and vegans usually replace oil with water because they think it's healthier. Ironically, it's probably some non-stick pan that's leaching toxins into her food, and she's using just regular conventional vegetables that are full of herbicides, fungicides, and pesticides. So, unfortunately, it takes a lot of research.
Yes, this is the guy whose diet almost killed him. Also, on top of that, the guy who has a predominantly meat-based diet when it is literally such a simple thing that we teach it to small children, that toxins, like harmful chemicals, typically when they end up going into plants, will concentrate will concentrate further into an animal that eats the plant, and then concentrate further into an animal that eats that animal. So then these pesticides he's crying about would also be present in the crop feed going into fucking animals. Plus, I don't even want to get into the whole thing where they'll just kind of yeet random food from grocery stores that's gone bad, and just that's still wrapped in plastic, and feed it to animals in some places. But ignoring that, you're going to have these fucking pesticides are going to actually be more concentrated from an animal than from plants. Number one. And number two, shut the fuck up. Like, this is fucking brain dead bullshit. It's like, oh wow, there might be some pesticides on the vegetables that you can wash off if you're a responsible adult who cleans their vegetables before they eat them. But meanwhile, Frank is over here literally consuming this is the guy who literally consumed sheep testicles that had some kind of either cyst or tumor on them because he thought it would give him testosterone, and he's talking about the fucking delusions of someone else who's just like, don't want to eat a lot of fat in my diet.
Research and understanding and objectivity to grasp what nutrition actually is. And I mean, I don't know anyone else on YouTube telling the entire truth, so you can't expect these vegans to even have half of the story.
Started, I have some chopped garlic, onion, zucchini, and carrots, and I have this recipe on my website, so I will link that below for you guys because I'm kind of using up extra stuff today, but the actual recipe is on my website. So I just have this over high heat, and I'm just going to add this in.
We heard about the website the first time you said it 5 seconds ago.
Here and saute it for a little bit. I'm also going to add...
It's almost like when you say something multiple times, people are more likely to remember it, especially if it's something that you're advertising that you want people to go to so that you can have some kind of, traffic there. I don't know.
In about
Speaking of sending traffic to places, Frank Tufano's an idiot, and go to my Discord if you want to talk about how much of a fucking moron he is, or just not think about the fact that he exists at all.
a teaspoon to a teaspoon of turmeric. So
You know, my dad, against my advice.
Her turmeric looks very orange. The turmeric I've seen has usually been more of a yellow color. I wonder if that's her camera, or if there's just different colored turmerics out there.
Was taking turmeric shots, and I mean, I warned him about it before, but he was literally leaking green and orange from his hands, and it was like all over the house, and he was yelling at me because he thought I did something. But this stuff is poison. This stuff is not something that the average person can tolerate on a daily basis.
While it may be possible to develop a sensitivity to turmeric, it would be considered highly unusual. More often, what might be considered a symptom of sensitivity to a turmeric supplement, like upset stomach or diarrhea, is not caused by an allergic reaction. Okay, that's fine, but I'm curious. Where is this idea that turmeric is? Some people are prone to mild discomfort such as diarrhea. High doses, keep in mind, Healthline. Let's see. Curcumin, okay. I'm pretty sure curcumin's a chemical that's in turmeric, right? Let's see. Curcumin, bright yellow chemical produced by plants, species. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's just do a quick look. Particularly, attempt to develop an effective control measures for allergy and asthma result in exploration of alternate medicines, including herbal remedies traditionally used in old world countries. Turmeric is known for its multiple health restoring properties, and has been used as treating several diseases, including several respiratory disorders. Turmeric is a common spice used in the culinary preparation of South and East Asian countries. The active component of turmeric is curcumin, a polyphenolic phytochemical with anti-inflammatory, anti-myeloid, antiseptic, anti-tumor, and antioxidant properties. Curcumin was reported to have anti-allergenic properties with inhibitory effects on histamine release from mast cells, effectiveness of curcumin, in allergy and asthma has been further investigated. Use marine model of allergy. Well, that's not exactly what I was looking for, but I mean, if this, let's see, when is this research from? It's fairly old, so it could be out of date, but it would seem that its effects here don't seem to be people leaking yellow and green from their hands. But I mean, the leaking yellow and green from their hands could just be they didn't wash their hands properly after using turmeric. Hello, Leon. Welcome to this bullshit. We're watching Frank Tufano be a fucking moron.
I usually use Better Than Bouillon for this, but I have these not chicken bouillon cubes, and I'm just going to use these. So now I'm just going to add in 6 cups of water and bring this up to a boil and let this cook for a little bit. And now I'm going to add in my noodles. So I have 10 ounces of spaghetti noodles here. On the recipe on my website, I think I use 6 ounces. But I like it to be really noodly, so I'm adding an extra. And
I like to be really noodly.
That explains the low calorie breakfast and lunch. Seems like she likes to do a big dinner then, because that looked like a whole box of fucking.
I'm just using this organic spaghetti pasta.
Oh, the spaghetti's organic.
Half a box.
Sometimes I'll use rice pasta.
200 calories for 2 ounces.
Sometimes I'll use like the chickpea pasta, but today I'm just using this. I've been making it with this for a while, and it's very reminiscent of the way that my mom used to make chicken noodle soup, so I like the long noodles. And you'll just want to cook the noodles according to the package. So these I need to cook for 12 minutes, so I will just let it do that, and then once that is done, we'll add in the rest of the ingredients, and then it's basically done. All right, so my noodles are done. You want to kind of cook them al dente, and then you can basically just turn it off, because it is going to cook a little bit more just because the water is so boiling. So then I just have...
I feel like I'm watching a 5-year-old try to show people what they think is healthy.
A 5-year-old trying to show people what they think is healthy. Jesus, I'm literally just vegetables and noodles, and this man is like, oh, yep, this right here.
Some peas and corn. These are just frozen peas and corn that have green beans and carrots in them.
I just don't get it. She put basically the same combination of vegetables, green, orange, and she's doing it again.
The same green, orange. There you go, guys. Those are the types of vegetables, green and orange. Just ignore the fact that peas. What does she got? Peas, fucking corn, and fucking some other shit are in that little bowl. Actually exactly the same thing as zucchini, garlic, onion, and carrots. Although I think there's carrots in that too, which is a little redundant.
To add that in there right away to just cool it down. I'm also going to add in some miso just because I have it, but it's not necessary.
That looks healthy? What the fuck does that even mean? What the fuck is he talking about? Miso, traditional Japanese seasoning. Right, wait, hold on. Traditional Japanese seasoning produced by fermenting soybeans with salt, koji, and sometimes rice, barley, seaweed, and other ingredients. Wasn't he just shitting his pants because she was like, I'm gonna put a little bit of soy milk in my oatmeal, but now soy good. Fuck am I looking at? Oh yeah, I forgot I opened that up. All right.
It's not in the recipe on my website, so it's totally optional. And then I like to add in a little sprinkling of nutritional yeast, just like
based
a teaspoon or a tablespoon or so. I have a can of chicken.
I'm sure chicken egg. We did a video on nutritional yeast, I think, a couple of years ago now, explaining how the vitamins aren't really available, as well as it just being basically empty crap. You know, there's no point of really consuming nutritional yeast.
Citation needed.
Even if you're vegan, it's not going to help you at all.
Curious, by the way. Any citations down here? Wait, this is no citations here. We've got citations to his stupid bullshit, but then he's just got random fucking bullshit timestamps, like right here. Factually inconsistent at 0 seconds. What is he even referring to? Let the pancreatic damage commence. Easy compared to the usual 8 hours of cooking. Oh no, guys! She said that she prepares some like homemade jelly that she puts in her oatmeal, so that when she makes her oatmeal, she can just take a spoon and just right in there. And apparently that's just too fucking difficult for fucking Frankie boy, because his brain is filled with holes. Worried about sugar, but eats 900 grams of carbs for breakfast. She's pretty sure it's clear that she doesn't put added processed sugar in her food. Whatever. It's nourishing. Turmeric is not good. Perfecting her mom's recipe. Nutritional yeast. Lying in more ways than one. Into the comments. Thanks for joining. Those
chickpeas that I've rinsed and drained here, and the recipe on my
just brain dead fucking uninformative fucking just timestamps. Factually inconsistent seems like he knows what his video actually is. You know what? Fair enough.
website also has a block of tofu in there. I don't have any tofu right now, so I'm just making it without it. And if you guys want to keep it lower fat, it's just as good
Okay, so we've got chickpeas.
without the
which-
tofu.
Chickpeas are not my favorite legume, but if you're gonna add, if you're gonna get some, you know, get some good shit in your fucking in your soup, which I probably wouldn't use spaghetti noodles for soup either. I would probably use a thinner noodle just so that it's less painful to deal with. But that's cooking shit.
So you definitely don't
So why don't you just say you're half-assing your recipe? Oh my god, this is so stupid. This is like if someone wanted to show someone a recipe with grilled cheese and didn't have the butter for it.
need to add the tofu into the recipe. I make it a lot of times just with the chickpeas, and it's great. And then I'm going to add into here a ton of kale. This is probably 4 cups, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all of it in there. And this will just wilt because it's so hot. That's pretty much it. I will eat this entire thing in like
And
2 days.
approve
it.
It's so
Approve it. It does
filling,
look
so
pretty good.
nourishing,
You want video
so
proof?
delicious. You guys have to try it. If you love chicken noodle soup,
We
it
want
is just
video
amazing, and
proof.
I am totally obsessed with it.
What does he want
So
to do?
hot.
proof of?
That's pretty much it. I will eat this entire thing in like
And
2 days.
approve it.
It's so
Approve it.
filling, so nourishing,
You want video
so
proof?
delicious. You guys have to try it. This is probably 4 cups, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all of it in there. And this will just wilt because it's so hot. That's pretty much it. I will eat this entire thing in like
And
2 days.
approve it.
He wants her to prove that the kale will wilt in the soup.
I am totally obsessed with it.
There you go.
I mean, this is
On
the biggest
video.
nonsense I've ever seen in my life. There's no way 40,000 people watch this video. And if you followed this type of eating for just a week, you would completely deplete your B vitamin stores. You would have no energy. You would feel like you're going to die. If I had to guess how many...
Okay. I'm just gonna do this for my own sake. Just gonna get a nice... There we go. Get a nice screenshot of that for later. Need that for my memes.
calories she ate today, I would say it's probably 1,000 of pure carbohydrates. That's it. And that last meal, so many
1,000
anti-nutrients, so many
calories of pure
agrochemicals.
carbohydrates. Vitamin stores do not deplete in a week. Yeah, anybody with more than 3 brain cells knows that. Also, here you go, so you can see the you can see our nice little screenshot we got there.
From all these vegetables and high water stuff that's not organic. Horrible, horrible diet. Zero fat, zero protein. I don't believe it for half a second. At her stage in health, she probably can't follow this diet for a day. Let's see if we have any comedians in the comment section. I mean, guys, I've been on YouTube for 4 years. I've never had people say comments like this. They're so obviously fake. Hannah, I've been following you for so long now. With every video, I am more proud of you. You're so generous.
Alright, let's see. I have been following you for so long now. With every video, I am more proud of you, generous, fantastic role model. Thank you for always keeping up to date on simple but delish recipes. Making your chana masala for dinner tomorrow. My husband recently began to embrace whole food plant-based diet. Plant-based posers. Anyway, exciting to see where his health is going. I mean, it just sounds like some random fucking person who's like, hey, I'm trying your recipe. Literally, Frank doesn't even understand what the typical fucking like bullshit bought subs thing is. Typically when somebody just buys subs, it'll be generic comments like, great vid, I loved watching this, amazing video, really cool, shit like that. From an Italian, thank you for not breaking the spaghetti in half. Yep, definitely fake comments. The soup looks delicious. Yay, you're back. Let's see. Girl, you and your recipes. I've tried many of your recipes. Life-changing. I mean, they just seem
That
like
was such a fantastic role model.
normal-ass
Thank you for always keeping us
comments
up to
from
date
people.
on simple but
Seem like normal-ass comments from the kind of people who would fucking watch some lady who makes recipes. I mean,
delish recipes. I'm making your chana masala for dinner tomorrow. My husband has recently begun to embrace a whole foods plant-based way of eating, and it's exciting to see where his health is going. Holy shit, this is great. That soup looks amazing. Thank you. She literally put a couple of vegetables, some fake chicken broth, and some plain pasta in a soup. No seasoning, no fat, no acidity whatsoever. And you guys are saying it looks like this is pure comedy. I love that you had.
pretty sure there was seasoning in the fucking stock, but I don't.
French fries for lunch.
Given a fish if I go back.
Is this the
Sit
state
in
of the
the-
IQ of people that watch our videos? They're asking for what type of.
Do you eat it with a fork? I made a version of eggless egg noodles, but I loved how it looks with spaghetti. I couldn't tell the video what utensil you used. Okay, yeah, maybe this person is actually brain dead if they're wondering if they used a fork for spaghetti or not. But yes, apparently we need acidity in soup. I mean, it is a little weird. Wait a minute. Hold on. My bad.
Acidity whatsoever, and you a couple of vegetables, some fake chicken broth, and some plain pasta in a soup. No seasoning, no fat,
No seasoning, no fat,
no acidity. What?
no acidity. Didn't this whiny bitch just talk about how seasonings will turn your liver into mush not too long ago? Which is it? Are seasonings bad, or do we need them?
Whatsoever, and you guys are saying, "Look, this is pure comedy." I love that you had French fries for lunch. Is this the state of the IQ of people that watch our videos? They're asking for what type of utensil to eat. I'm gonna do that.
Anyway.
Next time I go out with someone, when they're like putting butter on their bread, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, did you just use your knife to butter the bread?" Oh yeah. I'm fucking losing it just as much as these people.
I'm sorry. Is this? I have a hard time looking at Frank Tufano trying to fucking clown on somebody else, but
Hi everyone. So
But anybody remember this good old example of pure intelligence while working out? Look at him go with like 15 pounds on this machine and using it very poorly. So poorly that his own fans started roasting him for being a dumbass. Frank, you're built like a 12-year-old girl. No one is taking your bullshit bro science seriously. Yep. This guy. Here he, like this shit. This right here is how you attempt to dislocate your fucking shoulders. Remember, this guy, he knows what's up. I want to die. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go. I have an idea. Let's see what this dork's doing.
Well, good morning. 3 a.m. here. I couldn't sleep. Oh no, I'm going to enable this bad behaviour of staying up late. I feel bad. Yeah, I haven't. I need an Elwood farm tat. Yes, mate. I might get like a dog egg.
Bruh.
Based. So based. Oh, man. I need to get more work done. Yeah, Sarah, I hadn't had one for like 2 years, and I was just like, right, look, it's time, okay? It frickin' sucks to do it.
Look at her.
It hurts.
She smells.
It's bullshit.
Look at this shirt.
But
Cringe.
like,
Yeah,
worth it.
Exactly. I don't
for
know
the
who
result.
this is.
I now
One of them
got a
cringe
hover crab
vegans out
called
here.
Duncan.
Look at him.
Hell yeah.
Disgusting.
Well,
Smelly.
lad, I'm streaming right now. Oh, are you? Are you streaming? I like how my notification system didn't tell me. I put on notifications and everything. See, I told you they don't work.
See this?
I have to do some tattooism in the summer. I live in Montana, US, with no vegan artists
You
around
wouldn't
that I
like
know
that
of.
shirt
So I have
because
to trek over Seattle.
you're
Oh, man.
mega super
What?
ultra
Maybe-
gay.
It's weird 'cause
Anyway,
so many-
I'll leave that on in the background just so she can get some extra watch time, because that's what I want to do right now. Anyway, oh boy, there's a lot of stuff going on over here. Anyway, I don't know. I'll just have the volume a little bit.
the
there you
details on Duncan. Just go to my Instagram.
go. There you go.
You can see
Anyway,
it in
so
all his glory. All right, he's part of the Salad
yeah,
family now.
see this? Yep, exactly.
And
I've been
there,
betrayed.
As well as that,
It's time for the
you can learn
bees
a
to go to
fun
war
fact
with the salads, even though
about
like half the
hermit crabs.
salads are
Okay,
bees
so
anyway.
Not only am I getting a tattoo based, right? Cool kid,
So,
so cool.
Anyway, to
I
all
am
three of you who've
also
stayed
David
here,
Attenborough. So it's great. You get more than you bargain.
we are going to try and do some stuff in the server. By the way, number one, we're going to start motivating not just online activism shit, but we also are working on getting stuff going for people who like to do Jesus Christ, my brain got distracted by the chat. People who like doing IRL activism, we are full support of that. But what we want to do is start getting that shit popping so that we can actually organize the salads to get some real things done, because arguing with people online can only go so far. You know, people have to actually get out there and start, you know, doing shit, showing people fucking footage, getting out there and fucking being activists, doing other, you know, actions that may be liberating to some beings. Let's see, you should join Vegan Circle Jerk, just mute everything, but I can give you the YouTuber role so you can pick a group of people who volunteered for the roles. I see. Anyway, they said I couldn't be in two places at once. You see this? This right here, that's a real bee right there. Watching both streams at the same time. Big brain, massive brain. Give me 1 second. Oh boy. What have we got? A couple of doinks. Anyway, so as far as the IRL activism, we want to spread out the hive mind to more vegans, because to put it bluntly, we want to get out there and get activism going outside. We want to help animals outside of just the interwebs. So basically, I'm gonna ask all of you bees to get out there and find vegans to join the hive, to come and deal with our bullshit, whether it's on Reddit or some other YouTube channel. Get it out there, because we want to get shit moving. We want to actually make moves, and I feel like too much of people on the internet when it comes to this stuff is just kind of, look at me, I can argue with people on the screen, but I'm not really seeing too many people do stuff outside of that. So I feel like we need to get vegans together for that purpose, so that we can actually get stuff done in the real world. Because, frankly, it's a lot more fulfilling to get out there and actually help animals one way or another than to just sit behind a screen and frustrate yourself arguing with carnists who will just say dishonest bullshit to avoid having to address the fucking consequences of their actions. Any disagreements here? I doubt it. What is this? What have we here? I noticed that no one's responded to that. Damn, 11 viewers. I'm really killing it today. Yeah, so spread the word out there. I'm going to probably I'm gonna probably start making some moves to get the hive mind beyond just Discord as well. Actually, not even probably. I'm just going to. It has to be done, because we have to make sure. The only way to go beyond is to start moving things out. So there's gonna be more vegan hive mind shit going on. Just to spread to more areas where people are, both vegan and otherwise, because I'm hoping that if we do this right, there will be people who are even non-vegans, who will be forced to help our cause. More about that later, but we need to get out there, is the point. Anyway, let's see if there's anything else we can suffer through for the next few minutes. To infinity and beyond, exactly. We need to get out there and start just going around and just slapping carnists. We need to just go out there and just look a carnist in the eye while he's eating a hot dog, slap that shit out of his hand, and then beat his ass. Like real vegans. Alright, let's see. You know what, I've been hearing a lot about this octopus farm bullshit. Jesus Christ, people have been talking about this for a while. Alright, let's look at this. Let's see what this is about right here. This, whatever it is. Let's see what Wyon has to say about it. I've never heard of Wyon before, but let's see what they got to say about
Do you
it.
remember Paul the Octopus? He was the real star of the 2010 FIFA World Cup. He predicted 8 matches, got all of them right, including the final. But his success got him some bad press too. Iran's former president called him a symbol of Western decadence and decay. Well, I don't know about that. But
What?
Paul was more than just an animal in a glass box. He had fans. He seemed to enjoy the spotlight. He seemed to enjoy predicting games. I know that sounds ridiculous, so let me explain. Scientists say octopuses are sentient beings. What does that mean? It means
Yes. Yes, octopi are sentient beings.
they have emotions. They can feel pain. They can be happy. They can also seek comfort. Basically, a lot like us human beings, octopuses cannot express their emotions in our language, but they can definitely feel them. With that said, here's a question. Should we be rearing octopuses for food?
No.
I'm not talking about catching them from the wild. I'm talking about commercial rearing, raising them for slaughter. It could be a reality soon. A Spanish company is all set to open the first ever octopus farm. It will produce 3,000 tons of meat every year. It will be operational by 2023, but activists are not impressed. They say sentient creatures cannot be farmed. In fact, in some places, it is illegal, like in Britain. The British Parliament amended its animal welfare bill earlier this year. What does the amendment say? It says that octopuses are sentient beings. They can feel emotions like pain and joy. But in the rest of Europe, that's not the case.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that in England they identify the squid as a sentient being and therefore don't send them to slaughter, but have no problem sending millions of cows, chickens, pigs, and sheep to slaughter? What is this?
Only vertebrates are recognized as sentient. In other words, if it has a spine, it is sentient. Octopuses do not fall under this category. The British Parliament like pain and joy, but in the rest of Europe, that's not the case. Only vertebrates are recognized as sentient. In other words, if it has a spine, it is sentient.
But even then, in the rest of Europe, if their standard is creatures with a spine are sentient, last time I checked, fish, chicken, cows, pigs, and fucking sheep, goats, etc., are all vertebrates. They all have spines, but at the same time, their sentience is not taken into account.
Octopuses do not fall under this category. They do not have a backbone.
Octopus, my bad, not squids.
And we've all grown up learning the same line. Octopuses are invertebrates. But new research disputes this version. It says octopuses may not have a skeleton, but they do have a spine. They're capable of emotions. They even have dreams, just like humans. Until now, farming octopuses was never a debate. It was a rare delicacy, plus there were enough octopuses in the wild. Well, not anymore. Their numbers are falling and their price is rising. In 1950, we were catching around 35,000.
Wow, that's crazy. You also don't have bones? That's 2 bees that don't have bones. Although I guess technically if we're bees, we all have exoskeletons, so you actually do have to have bones on the outside if you're a bee. If you don't have bones, then I don't know what the fuck you are.
Tons of octopus. Today, around 350,000 tons. That's 10 times more in 70 years. The fact is, octopus is not a rare delicacy anymore. It's becoming common at dinner tables across the world. So how do you meet this increasing demand? The easiest trick is to farm them. Now, I understand the opposition to this move. We're talking about an animal that has feelings. Should you be growing them for
An animal that has feelings, unlike all the other ones.
dinner? I'll have to say it's a personal choice. And by the way, commercial rearing is not a new concept.
Ah, it's a personal choice. Fuck you. How about you work on not being a bitch? How about that?
We've been doing it for ages. Around 550 different species are raised in captivity around the world. 550. Many of them end up as food. If that is fine, why is octopus rearing bad? As I said, it's a
Or how about we go the other way around? If it's wrong to farm the octopus because it is a sentient being, why is it okay to do it to the other animals?
tough debate, like lobsters, for instance. Researchers say lobsters can also feel pain. But you know how they're killed? By boiling them to death. Are there other ways to do it? Yes, there are, but most chefs prefer boiling them. This is something that we can change, certainly. I don't want to get into the whole vegetarian, non-vegetarian debate here. That's for individuals to decide. Food is an individual choice. But here's what society and government
Shut the fuck up.
can really do. Be more compassionate. There must be strict rules for animal farming, vertebrates or not.
Yeah, very simple. Do not farm them. If they are a sentient being with a will to live, maybe boiling them alive or shooting them in the face or killing them the day they are born because they are not fucking financially viable. Maybe that's not exactly what humans should be doing. Maybe instead of slaughtering animals by the trillions, we could just fucking not.
I'm talking about good living conditions and proper food. That's the least that we owe to these animals. And remember,
The least we owe is to leave them the fuck alone and not bring them into existence to be fucking slaughtered like they don't mean anything.
it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Surely they can spare some money for compassion. Going forward,
Surely they can spare some money to just grow some plants instead.
we will need such strict rules. Animal populations are falling in the wild. Without rearing, we will soon run out of exotic meat. And I can give you examples, like frog legs. The Chinese said
Oh, wow. Fuck you. Like, that's just beyond fucking just aggravating. We need to be more compassionate for these animals. You know, not compassionate as so far as just letting them live their lives or not bring them into existence to kill them in the first place. But no, the real compassion is, let's let them eat some good food before we just brutally take their lives from them and put them on a plate. Because that's what they really deserve. Give me 1 second. It's like, and then the fucking audacity of being like, oh, and the worst part about this is that the killing of all these animals is killing the wild animals, not because the wild animals have any moral relevance, but what's important is that if the wild animals die, how are we supposed to eat them if they don't exist? Wow. Is that really what matters, huh? That's what it's about. We don't want the animals to live because they have their own will to live and because they're sentient. We want them to live so that they can be alive for us to kill them so that we can eat them. Humanity is a filthy fucking scourge that needs to be fucking eradicated. Oh boy, let's see what Smelly's up to. Let's look at her.
Shit. So generous. What a bunch of lads. My god. Oh my god.
This donation is on a journey. It has started from me and on its way, may encounter other donations on the journey. Please look after it, them, till their journeys are complete. He.
Oh yeah, all the journeys.
Michael Askew just loves saying journey, and I just can't tell why.
Look, humanity is beyond a rotten apple. Humanity is just a pile of manure laying on the floor, stinking everything else up, and then having the audacity to claim that it's somehow useful.
Thank you so much. £15, Michael Askew.
Well, frankly, I'm angry now, so I'm just gonna go. Why don't you go watch this fucking nerd over here? Hold on, let me move myself. Why don't you go watch this nerd over here if you're not already? She's on this side for you guys. Yeah, go watch her and make sure you tell her that she smells. She smells really bad. Goodbye.